What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Injection of Inspiration, where every single week I, Graham G.S. Matthews, inject you with a daily dose of motivational advice, helpful tips, and all that other great positive shit. I wanted to do this one week coming off of the patience episode that I did of Injection of Inspiration, because it kind of goes along with that, sort of, but not really. So today's episode is about thinking things through and sleeping on things. I know I've alluded to it before. I might have even done an entire episode on it. We've done so many episodes by this point, I'm losing track of how many we've done and what I've talked about. But maybe not this exact type of situation. Thinking things through and sleeping on things is so incredibly important, now more than ever. In an age where we do things out of impulse, like literally, and I talked about it last week in the patience thing, where we can control our own reactions. Like you hear news or you see something or something happens to you and you instantly go with your gut reaction. Like you want to freak out or you start crying, or even if it's like great news and you start like cheering at the top of your lungs, which is, a positive emotion, obviously. But what if someone's sleeping? You got to, keep it down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But we're always going with our gut reactions. We're always going with the first thing that comes to our minds. Of like, oh shit, you know what, I heard that news, like someone was talking shit about my best friend, I'm gonna go beat the shit out of them, I'm gonna go fuck them up. It's like, no. Might not be your best course of action there, buddy. Like, take a chill pill, sit back, relax, and think things through. The first thing that comes to your head is obviously the most natural reaction, your raw emotion coming to mind, coming out, in its rawest form, in its most natural form. But it might not be always the smartest thing to do, So just wait. Think it through. You hear stuff, you might hear people talking shit about you, and you instantly want to react, either going after them, talking shit about them, spreading drama or rumors about them, or wanting to kill somebody, or even wanting to even harm yourself because you're depressed or you're sad, and that might already be a factor. But hearing that type of stuff might even drive you even more to do something bad to yourself. But don't. You're not thinking clearly. You're just going off emotion. You're not going out of what's smart, what's wise, what's the best course of action that you could take here. Consider all options. And by that point, by the time you're done thinking things through, you're probably not going to be as mad or be as sad as you were when you first heard that news. Like some even minor things. You'll see things like, oh, how could he do that to me? What a piece of shit, and all that other stuff. But when you really think about it, like, is it really that important? Oh, this person didn't text me back. Oh, what a piece of shit. What a piece of work that guy is. You think about it like an hour later, why was I even mad about that? Who the fuck cares? It means nothing. And I might have mentioned the quote here before. There's a great quote like, think about what you were worrying about a year ago. Did it even really matter? Like, oh man, I'm so worried that I was 2 minutes late for lunch with my best friend. Like, who gives a shit? No one remembers that stuff. Why were they mad? Why were you mad? In the grand scheme of things, does it really matter? And I always say it always matters, but like some things honestly truly do not matter. Like the smallest things I understand can make the biggest differences. I'm the biggest proponent of that. I absolutely understand that, that mindset. But there's stuff like that, like, oh, this person didn't text me back, or they put me on red, or whatever the fuck that means. The iMessage shit. I don't use iMessage. I want nothing to do with iMessage. But that's the way that people think. Like, when you really think about it a few hours later, even like 10 minutes later, it's like, who cares? Why was I mad about that? And sleeping on things is also incredibly important. It's amazing what a good night's sleep can do for you. And I've talked about sleep before, the importance of sleep. I discussed that about a year ago here on the show. If you want to check out that episode, I believe it was from late March or early April. It's super important. And some people don't have the ability to sleep as much as others. They just, have, disabilities and stuff like that where they can't get as much sleep as other people. And I understand that. I'm not faulting them for that whatsoever. But I am saying, like, the real bottom line here is that I'm getting to is that when you really sleep on things, it clears your mind, like, more than you would ever imagine. Like, you might go to bed feeling bad for yourself or super angry at someone or super sad about something. You wake up the next morning, and you might still be sad or a little angry, not to say the emotions go away completely, but it's like, why was I even crying about that? Why was I even angry about that? Why did I go to bed so mad? And I'm not, and, obviously there's a lot of people who say never go to bed angry or never go to bed sad or whatever, which is obviously ideal, but sometimes it's unavoidable. But when you wake up the next morning, those emotions will still be lingering, but they're not at the forefront of your mind. You allowed your body to recuperate, to relax, to kind of recharge the batteries, and you're not feeling as sad or as mad as you once were. So getting a good night's sleep will always help. Naps, I don't do naps, but sometimes if you come home from like a hard day at work or whatever, and you're home at 5, 6, 7 o'clock or whatever, sometimes people just want to sleep because they're tired and they wake up a few hours later and they feel completely revived. They feel completely rejuvenated, and they don't feel as much stress or as much drama or all the hardships that, physical or mental, their mind and body had taken on over the course of the day. So getting a good night's sleep, not, waking up refreshed the next morning or even a few hours after the fact, and above all else, thinking things through is so important, especially with social media. Are you fucking kidding me? I could do a whole episode on that. And I know I did. I talked about, the benefits and even some of the cons to social media about a year ago here on the show. But like, oh my God, people's impulse reactions, their instant reactions. Oh, I hear something, I immediately want to go on my computer and start typing away about how angry I am about this or how much I hate this person. All this, Susie Q, what a piece of shit, what a bitch she is. I'm gonna, write it out in a Facebook status. I'll tweet it out, and I'm guilty of that. I'm guilty of that many, many times over the years, especially 5, 6, 7 years ago. I completely can relate to that. Think things through, because after you think it through, you can do the old tweet and delete, but it's still on the internet forever. People saw it. People are bound to have seen it. So deleting it is not going to help anything. Think it through. Use your fucking head. Use your fucking head is what the title of this video should be. It won't be, but it should be. Use your fucking head. Just give it a couple minutes. Think things through. And you know what? It's amazing what a few minutes of just either thinking things through or trying to forget about it will do for you. It does wonders. It's incredible. And you're not taking any drugs or anything like that to help your mind with that. The only real cure for anger and sadness, and I'm not saying depression and all that other shit, but like impulse reactions, your gut reactions, is time. Time heals all wounds. Maybe in most cases anyway. People still have scars, mental scars from stuff that happens, and I understand that. But what I'm trying to get at is, if you go with your impulse reaction, especially when it comes to social media, you're shooting yourself in the foot. You're shooting yourself in the foot, because if you only gave it time to think about it, and you're like, it really doesn't matter. I'm really not that angry anymore. And then you just get over it and you move the fuck on. Just give it time. You don't have to. Sleep is great too. Sleep is a great cure. And all these things, free of charge. Holy shit, who would have known? Going to sleep in time. Things that you already do anyway, just put them to good use. So anyway, guys, that is today's installment of Injection of Inspiration. Thank you for checking out the show. As always, I appreciate it. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button, like the video, drop a comment, share the video, and subscribe to the channel for more daily content. I'll be back next week with another installment of Injection of Inspiration. Find me on the socials, in the description box down below on Facebook, Twitter, and all that other stuff. And until then, guys, have an awesome rest of your weekend. I'm Graham G.S. Matthews, and I'll catch your ass down the road.